We are headed back to the table. Chef Bud Anderson, we want you to listen up because this is going to be one of those great recipes that you can make at home. It's the summer months. It's hot outside. So get your grill on. Chef Bud, tell our friends at home what we're doing.
We're doing a charred pepper and chicken salad. Now, I've charred these peppers up. Now, the one thing about this, let me move this little dressing out of the way.
What's the key to a good char?
Well, actually, a lot of heat. So if you have a grill with flames, it works really well. If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now, I can't do much better than the grill marks we put on this pan. This pan, which is a pan of the station,
it's just a little cheapy. Yeah. I mean, it's not much, but one of the great things is it's also easy to clean, makes good grill marks, and it's pretty indestructible. You can just throw it right in the oven.
Handle comes off, you can throw it in the oven. Now listen, one of the big keys to this is, you'll notice I have yellow, red, and orange bell peppers.
Tell me the significance.
Why do you
of that.
think?
Well, I know that you
What's
like
missing?
to. Well, here's the thing: you typically like to eat with your eyes first, right? So you want there to be colors, you want it to be vibrant, and you asked me what we're missing. Well, we don't have any green ones.
Right, and the reason is green have a tendency to be kind of bitter when you grill them. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
These are a little bit sweeter. So you're just going to grill them off, put a little of the char on there. If they get too charred, you can just knock the char off. You can't really get them too charred, okay? Now in here I have some chicken breast, and you can. I hope they can zoom in on these beautiful grill marks that I put on these. Anyway, that's just me being stupid. But
you love your grill marks.
I do.
Let's be honest.
I love a good grill mark. Anyways, so on this chicken, I put a little pepper supreme, okay, when I seasoned it, all right? Then, after you cook it and you get it flipped over, take a little honey and take some honey over the top of it.
Okay.
So now, Andy, I need you to explain to the folks at home what is happening when we do this, okay? Because we're going to have this. So this is the bed.
We're doing some sweet and heat, first of all, because the Pepper Supreme, this is a great mixture, easy to cook with. But when we add that honey, it just adds that a little bit there.
Right, and that's going to add a little bit of sweetness to your dish. These right here are going to be the bottom of your dish. This would be like a lettuce or a foundation. That's what's going to be the... Then we're gonna dice the chicken or slice the chicken, put it on top of here. Then we're gonna use this vinaigrette to go over the top of all of it. This is gonna be really good because it has a lot of complementing flavors. One of the things that we're gonna do is with this vinaigrette I'm making here, it's red wine vinegar and olive oil. Okay. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic, really a lot because I like garlic, right? A little salt.
Well, it's gonna carry the flavors of that.
And then some pepper flakes, okay? So we're gonna, if you have a bottle or a jar with a lid, it works really good to shake this up, okay? Okay. So then you're just gonna mix this together.
You like to use your old jam jars, like your Schmuckers.
Yes, the old jars. That's what you keep them for. My wife, I got about a zillion of them. My wife gets mad at me, but they come in handy. Now you can see this cooks up really nice, and you kind of smell. Okay, so part of the deal with the smoke you're seeing is the caramelization of the honey. So that honey gets on there and it starts to caramelize. Okay. And that's why you get that darkness on there. Okay, so we set that over there.
I love that.
We're gonna put this in the sink so we don't burn ourselves.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So when we're typically grilling out, what are some common mistakes that people make when they're out on the grill?
Oh, the best one I can tell you is this one. Just let it cook.
Okay.
People that
mess with it all the time.
Oh my gosh. I have this thing I tell at my cooking classes, it's a joke, but it's really not. Guys, especially when they grill, they like to grill and drink, right?
Yeah, we call those propane accessories.
Right. So what they do is they take a drink of their drink, whatever it is, and then they put their steak on. And what do they want more than anything in the world? They want another drink, right?
Right.
So rather than wait, they just flip their steak so they can have another drink. Yeah. And we go back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Let it cook. Another thing is, real quick, get it hot. Get your grill hot. People have a tendency to not get their grills hot enough, and that's why they struggle with getting things cooked.
But another thing I like to do is have one side really hot.
Yeah.
And then have another side just kind of that way you need to just kind of hang out. Right. Here, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back on the other side. I do want to give a shout out. I mentioned propane accessories. You're talking about cold beer while you're grilling out. Our friends over at Pondicetta are releasing their grill accessories. It's a session hazy IPA that comes out this week, so you'll want to go over and check that out. In the meantime, we're going to pay a few bills. We'll be back on the other side as we head back to the table with Chef Bud Anderson. back to the table, and this plates up so well. So we've got that great bed of the sweet peppers
Look at that,
that have
folks.
been charred. We've got the sweet heat. We used the pepper supreme.
Right, and now we're
And a
gonna
little bit of honey. Now we're
put a
going
little vinaigrette over the top.
That looks so good.
Now, well, we're not done yet, pal.
And this is super simple. I mean, this is just
Yeah,
chicken
but
and bell peppers.
You'd be surprised how many great flavors are in this. We're gonna put a little bit of feta on the top.
Ooh, feta, huh?
Yeah.
I like a good feta. I'm never fed up with the feta.
I like that you did that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Then this, a little fresh cilantro.
Okay, so I'm gonna, there's
Boom.
this
Look at that.
controversy around cilantro.
Yeah.
If you wear this or not. I love cilantro. I think it tastes
Somebody tastes
amazing.
it like soap.
But people, like I have friends that are like, I can't eat it because it tastes like soap. I think that's a
disagree.
genetic thing,
I
maybe.
do too.
I don't know.
And I'll tell you something else about cilantro. If you use cilantro, dice up all the stems and everything.
Put it all in
Do
there.
you know for a long time I didn't do that? I didn't want the stems, but then I read that there was more flavor in the stems, so I started doing that. Listen, like I said, use the orange, red, and yellow.
And don't use the
bells.
green because that
Yeah.
gets a bit bitter when you grill,
Yeah,
grill
it
it.
gets a little. Oh, look at you.
Okay.
You learn so many things from.
What is your favorite thing to grill? As if we go to Chef Bud Anderson, it's not 105 degrees outside, but it's a nice weekend. What are you grilling?
I like to grill salmon because
Okay.
we like salmon.
Yeah.
But beef, like New York strip, really.
Really?
I'm a strip guy. Yeah.
See, I prefer
that.
the
That's
the
delicious.
ribeye. I like a
Well,
good ribeye.
it depends on where you grew up. Now, if you grew up north, strips are very important.
Yeah.
Because Kansas City strip.
Well, that makes sense.
But when you come down south, the ribeye's king, and it'll always be king no matter what you do. But I do grill a lot of beef. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of a grilled hamburger guy myself.
I love a good burger.
I love a good burger.
God, come on, man.
I could eat a burger every day almost.
My daughter Piper June could definitely eat a burger every day.
She likes everything.
I'll tell you what we did this weekend. We did a little salmon, and you'll appreciate this. We do, I like a little sweet and heat
Yeah,
as well.
for sure, yeah.
So we do a little bit of Cajun rub at the same
Yeah.
time, a little brown sugar over
Yeah.
the top of that.
Yeah, look at you.
It's so good.
We did. I did a private party this weekend, and we did. One of the ladies wanted salmon, and we put our rub on it. And she said, "This is the best salmon I've ever ate in my life." So, it just depends.
Why don't you bottle up some of that?
I know I
that,
should. But
That rub. I want to try
I
some.
feel like I'm an underachiever. I probably should do that, huh?
Why not?
Make some sauces, dude.
Yeah,
sell them on the
yeah,
side.
you're the
Just start
sauce-
hawk 'em up
you're the
here.
sauce guy.
So, hey, listen, try this. This is actually was inspired. I seen some charred pepper on a salad. I thought, you know what? If you did that, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying. If you did that and add some chicken and some of this other stuff, it would be great. That's where the 95% of good recipes come from. Is you see something and then you make it something more.
Right.
You elevate it.
Okay.
Right.
And one of the things that I would like if we're doing this, if you get one of those small melons from the grocery store,
Yes, the
watermelon,
fresh- yeah.
you get some fresh watermelon,
Yeah.
you eat this and
Yeah.
have a little bit on the side. Don't
Yeah.
even be afraid to throw some of the cilantro
Yeah.
on that
Some
and call it a
feta.
day. Some feta, and you're
Uh-huh.
good.
That's what we do here, folks.
Everybody
Stay
wins.
cool. Stay cool, whatever you do.
We've got more on Studio 4 coming up tomorrow. Hope to see you then.